Welcome back to the Mad Dog Farm. We're back in the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to make one of my all-time favourites that goes with a cheese sandwich. That is Piccalilli. When we was growing up, we used to have Piccalilli about Christmas time. I don't know why, because you can get it all year round, but it was just a thing that we had at Christmas. I really like it, but obviously in France they don't really do a Piccalilli. They do chutneys and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to show you how to make Piccalilli. You're going to want 5 to 6 vegetables really. I've only got 4 here at the moment, but I've got a big bit of cauliflower, got a swede, 4 carrots, a pepper. You can use courgette, cucumber, all that kind of thing. You're going to want about 1 kilo. I don't know how much I've got here, but I'm going to just go through. I'm going to put this through the blender because I don't want big chunks in my Piccalilli. I want it sort of nice and sort of fine, not like a paste, but we're going to put that in the blender and we're going to cut the carrots and the swede up, and then I'll show you what we do. Alright, we'll cut the stalk out. So I've got the Von Chef here. This was one of my Christmas presents. What I'm going to do is just cut like the stalks off of it. Just cut like the stalky bit off and pop it in the blender. As I say, I'm not going to be blending it up to a pulp, but I don't really want massive great chunks in there. So let's do this. And what I shall do is, once we've got all these vegetables cut up, I'm going to want to put it in a bowl. Still got some big lumps in here, so we'll just get those out. They can go back through again. This lot can go in here. It has chopped it up a fair bit. I'll still keep some lumps in there, but you know, it's we don't want to blitz it up too much. Good bit of kit, this Von Chef. That's some cauliflower. We've still got some nice lumps in there, but it's all bust up. Cut the ends off. I'm making a bit of a mess here. A lot of these cooking programs, their kitchens are always spotless. I haven't got any minions running around after me, so it's rough and ready. It's what your kitchen will probably look like if you're doing it at home. So it's authentic. Now I've got this slicing attachment in the Von Chef, so the blade can come out. Pop that down there for a minute. I believe that we stick that on like so. I reckon that goes on top of there. And that goes on there, and we pop the carrots down through there. What I'm going to do is, we obviously want them chopped up, so I'm going to cut them into 4s, and then we'll try and feed them down through the top and see what they slice like. Let's try these ones first. So let's get those 4 in there. I think that was a success. They've been sliced up nicely. They can go in the bowl. Now the swede. I've sort of peeled the swede. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up. And maybe try and get it through the Von Chef. We'll get another couple in there, just to keep it nicely compact. It's worked a treat. Now we've got some nice little chunks of swede. The last thing that I'm going to put in is I'm going to put some chilli in it, but I'll put that in tomorrow. It's a red pepper, so I'm just going to cut the seeds out. Cut the middles out. I'm just going to roughly chop it. Pop all those in there. This bowl isn't quite big enough, but no, it's plenty in there. What I'm going to do is just mix it all up now. Get your hands in there. It's all good stuff. Ben's Garage. If you go over to our other channel or check out our website bensgarage.org, you'll find all our merchandise for sale. No pressure to buy anything, of course. So once you've got it all in your bowl and you've mixed it all in, this is 4 teaspoons of salt, so I'm just going to sprinkle it on. I'm going to get my hands in there and mix it in. So now it's all mixed in with the salt. What we're going to do now, put a lid on it, leave that somewhere cool for 24 hours, and then we'll be back in the kitchen to put all the spices together. So we'll see you in 24 hours. So here we are on day 2. The vegetables have been soaking in salt overnight. So all you're going to want to do now is rinse your vegetables in cold water, just drain off the excess water, and you're left with this. Now, I've got a little bit more than a kilo. This is 1.5 kilos. In the description below, I'll put the amounts that you need for 1 kilo of vegetables. But we'll put that to one side. That's that. I have chopped up some chillies. We've got some habaneros chopped up here. I'm just going to pop them into there. I won't stir them in because we'll do that when it's over on the stove. So they can all go in. Get that out of the way. So we've got our vegetables all sorted. Here we've got the spices that we're going to use. Salt, turmeric, English mustard powder, mustard seeds, corn flour, and crushed cumin and crushed coriander seeds. I'll put the amounts in the description below, which will do a kilo of vegetables. Obviously I've had to adjust them a little bit because I've got 1.5 kilos. What we're going to do now is we're going to put all this lot in a pot, blend it with some of the vinegar. So I shall just carefully get all this lot in here. Whee! Corn flour makes a mess, goes everywhere. So that's all in a bowl. What I'm going to do now is, this is just brown vinegar. It's calling for malt vinegar. This is about the closest we can get to malt vinegar in France, unless we do a special order and get some Sarsens, but it works out quite expensive. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of this in with the spices. Not too much, just enough to blend it up all together. Just get it all combined, give it a nice stir up. It just wants to be like a bit of a runny paste. So I want a little bit more than that. And this is where you get your nice Piccalilli colour from. Oh, you get a bit of a whiff off of there. You're left with something. I'll try and tip it up so you can show you. A little bit like that. So now what we're going to do is make our way over to the stove, get everything going. Now it does tell you in the instructions to boil. You'll need some honey, vinegar, and some sugar, granulated sugar. It does tell you to put the vinegar in, the honey and the sugar, bring it to the boil, let it all dissolve, tip a little bit into here, and then fold it into your vegetables. I don't do it quite like that. I get it all up boiling, combine the spices, and then I put all the vegetables in the pot with it, just to sort of cook the vegetables through a little bit, because you don't want to cook them too much because you don't want them gold soft, but I like them to have, you know, be a little bit soft but still got that crunch to it. So we'll show you that over here and see how we get on. In goes the vinegar. In goes the sugar. In goes the honey. Once it's up to the boil, we're going to put the spice mix in. Now I'm going to tip in the vegetables. And just get that stirred well in now. Just going to let that boil a little bit in the juices, and then we'll take it over and jar it up. So that's been bibbling away on the stove now for about 4 to 5 minutes, just enough to soften the vegetables a little bit but still leave a bit of crunch. So I don't know if this is going to be enough jars, but we've got 6 jars here. Tina's sterilised them. You know, do a search how to sterilise jars. So all I'm going to do is just ladle them up. So what I'm going to do is just wipe round the lid, round the rim of the jar. Make sure there's no contaminants on there. Not contaminants, but if you get a bit of Piccalilli on it, it's likely to go a bit mouldy. So there we go. And there you have it. Piccalilli, all jarred up. We're going to put some dates on it. These need to stay in the jars for 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. It's probably best. Gives it a chance for all the vinegar and stuff to get in and infuse and do whatever it's got to do. So I've already got some to get through, but this will keep. Being as it's preserved in the vinegar and stuff, it will keep for a long time. So 6, 7.5 jars out of that lot. So we shall leave that to do whatever it's got to do in the corner. And at some point we'll try it out with a nice bit of cheese. So I hope you like this video. Please click the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And from me and the Hobbit over there, it's bye for now.